Good evening, 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 and welcome to the Hobby Corner. It's Friday night, which means one thing. It's Hobby Hangout night. Hey, that's right. Tonight we are going to be chock stock full of awesome information. First, we're going to have a quick recap over the Adepticon reveals from Games Workshop. Then we'll swiftly breeze over that because you're probably sick to death of seeing it already. A bit of guesswork about what to expect coming up, and then we are going to have a look at what's coming up at ChillCon next weekend. So if you haven't already got your tickets, of course, I already got a link in the description as well. Grab yourself a ticket. It's only a £5, and it's a good time. But we'll go over stuff. They've just finalized the vendors. So all the businesses that are going to be there representing themselves and selling stuff and that. So we'll have a look over that. I haven't seen it yet, so that's going to be cool. And yeah, and of course we are going to have our infamous community corner where you get to show off all of your hard work that you've been up to this week. So if you're not already on the Discord or joined the Facebook page, then hop over to either. The links are in the description below on the Linktree link. Yeah, it makes sense. And you can choose either or. There's no paywall or anything, so hop over there. It'll be good to see ya. Was it supposed to be tonight? Was it? Was it? Oh mate, I've lost track of this week so much because I've just I have not been well for most of the week. I'm still a bit stuffy, but yeah, hang on. Shit. You know what, Bill? You know what? For once, I was on a roll. I was being the pro YouTuber, and you had to go. Just give me a punch in the dick, didn't you? Hang on, let me check. I can't remember what we agreed on as a deadline. I know we cut it shorter because ChillCon is next weekend, so it means I won't be doing a live stream next Friday. Hang on. Oh, jeez. You put me on the spot now, you sod. No, you have until the 29th of March. Sick. So there you go. Boom. Vindication. Yeah, alright, so that's that. Anyways, let's have a look and say hello to our early birds. Straight in there. Saying he's an early bird as well. Andrew Milligan, how you doing, mate? We've got the scuba pairs. The scuba pairs, not the scuba pairs. How you doing, mate? We got Bill, aka Waylanders Wandering. How you doing? We've got Miss Tabletop. How you doing? Thank you very much for showing some love. I hope everything's all right at your end, and yeah, we're sending love back. James Nicholson, how you doing? Good to see you in the chat tonight. Oh, it's just the same. It's just the same old boring people talking over it. I'm joking. I love you, really. Someone doesn't remember what they say in their own live streams. Hey, look, it's on the Discord, okay? Like, so, if you have it up with that, mate. I put it as a pinned post on there. And anyway, no one even bloody did anything for it anyway. It was literally blue stuff, extra points for Ultramarines or actual Smurfs. If you could get a 3D printed Smurf and paint that up, that'd be banging. Moreover, if you could get a 3D printed Smurf with with some power armor, oh yeah, that's meta. Let's have another look. Okay, so yeah, everyone completely forgot. How you doing, Phil? Um, Look at this. Look, we got one. Uh... Oh no, hang on. Is that a second one? Is that finished? Oh, it's a work in progress. Okay. So someone had a work in progress Rhino, and someone actually finished a Captain America. So, I mean, we could call it a deadline tonight if you want, and there's a clear winner. But you know, you take what's pinned in the category as gospel because that those are the rules. You know, refreshed, re-edited, re-looked at, redone, and then posted. That all makes no sense, but I don't care because it's my show and I can chat shit if I want. Anyways, um, yeah, March from a Crag. It was my own little spin on it, but you know, there ho. You still got a week to do it, and if you're going to ChillCon, then it counts. You could paint that up as your little entry to the painting competition. So you know, there you go. Right, so that's all sorted. But thank you for giving me a mini heart attack, Bill. Thank you very much. So, as always, if you haven't already, hit that like button and tag all your mates as well. Let's get this conversation rolling. Because, of course, at Adepticon, they have not only shown us the new Primarch model. Well, he's not new, is he? But, you know, the model's new. Of Lionel Johnson. Looking like... What's his name? Was it Sir Charles? Jeez, I gotta remember. I'm terrible with names for no reason whatsoever, except that I am just terrible. There we go. I can do it. I can do it. So, who played Tyrion? No, not Tyrion. Tywin. You bastard. Ah, autocorrect sucks. Tywin. That was it. Charles Dance. It was Charles Dance. There we go. I had the name right on my head. So yeah, he looks a lot like Charles Dance, which I actually like. You know what? It actually brings me back to a conversation we all had during the lockdowns when I can't remember if it was during a live show on the CWG or if it was a group chat, but we were going over what we would ideally like to see as, you know, like real world actors who would fit each Primarch properly. And I remember Noel Fielding ended up being Conrad Kurz. Right. But yeah, no, that Charles Dance would have been an amazing guess if and if they were listening in on us, like, you know, that would have been awesome. But there you go. So yeah, there we go. So he looks cool. We could pop him up on screen, I think, could we? Shall we? Do you want to see it on screen? Let me know in chat. So yeah, they also gave a nice little trailer of 10th edition, and a couple of miniatures to Gorkat. New Terminators, which are slightly upscaled, ever so slightly, but I think it's more pose change than anything. And I noticed they didn't do it so that they are like bigger than a Primaris, because of course they're still supposed to be firstborn, just in tactical dreadnought armor. So I like that. they've kept that as that is, which is great because Terminators are quite iconic. But it also means going forward, we are still going to have Firstborn for a long time. And I said this before, where a lot of people said, are they going to phase out those original Space Marines for the Primaris? And eventually they will, but I reckon it's going to be over a decade-long period. So there's plenty of time. And then things will slowly fade out to be made for order, and then eventually it will be gone once the Primaris range is fleshed out enough. But what I do appreciate is the fact that, and I'm sorry, God, because you only just got your you only just got your codex, and in a few months, like it's just thrown away, it's piddled away. But they're releasing all of the data sheets as cards, which is good because those are super handy and convenient and take up less space than books. They're also doing free downloadable PDFs for all of the factions as well. So everything will have that refresh start. Much like when 8th dropped and they had the code. What are they called? Oh, you know what I mean. They had like the books, the indexes. That's it. Which is fine. And then of course they're going to roll out the books again. I still think that the books should all have a digital counterpart though, because when it comes to updating rules, FAQs, they happen. We know they're going to happen, and printing out stuff constantly, or like scribbling in the books that you're paying like 40 quid for, it's ridiculous. If you can have the digital version that you don't have to carry around much more than on a phone or a tablet, and then you could just screenshot the pages you need and job done. You can go straight to where you need to for that. They probably would not allow you to do that. My guess is if they did that, it would be through the Warhammer app, and then they would have a feature on that app where you can't screenshot, much like with mobile banking apps, just so people don't just copy, like screenshot all the rules and that, and then, but whatever. At the end of the day, if they make a digital version, that would, because there are a lot of people who can't have tons of books hanging around either, so that's always a thing. All rules should have free digital counterparts. I think if you buy the book, 100% you should get a free digital copy. 100%. And there was talk about that 2 editions ago, so who knows. But I still think what we need is an option, really. This is how it should be. All the rules should be free on an app that you can freely access. Okay, that gets updated every so often. It's being paid for by the miniatures being bought. Okay, so fine, job done. Now, if you want campaign books, that's extra content. That's like your DLC for free-to-play games, right? You got your free-to-play games, mobiles, on computer. They bring out DLCs or season packs, right? And that's where they make their money. Well, Games Workshop are making their money from selling miniatures and paints and stuff. More so the miniatures. The books is a good cash cow. But I think if they made all the rules free and charged you for those campaign books instead, that I think people would be a lot more happy with, because that seems to be the standard model that everything's sort of sliding into at the moment. Now, it doesn't mean that it's not going to get ripped the F out of, though. Like, they probably will pump out a lot of campaign books, but no one says you have to get them all, and no one says that you have to use them all. You can pick and choose what you want, and it all depends how you play. And if you go into a specific tournament, they'll tell you exactly what you need. And if you're playing with your mates, you can play any version of that game you like. So, you know, whatever. Anyway, did you not want to see? You don't want to see it. Anyways, so that's 10th edition. Now, on the trailer, I did remember seeing that they are going to have a lot of awesome new Tyranid stuff. I'm not very good with the names, but you got Big Brain Bug, you got Carnifex, I'm going to assume. Definitely a Broodlord. And there was a Lictor in there as well, the sneaky one. All possible parts of the starter kit. And then, of course, on the Space Marine side, you had the like tactical intercessors, I want to call them, because they had little flamers. Sorry, still got a tickly throat. So they had the flamers, and it kind of reminded me of like a tactical squad, but they have like, you know, that special weapon. There was a librarian in Dreadnought armor. In Terminator armor. There were Terminators as well. There was a captain in Terminator armor. There was now I'm not sure if the apothecary was in Gravis armor or Terminator armor. I can't be sure on that actually, because it wasn't standard intercessor or you know, firstborn armor. It had like a bit of a hood on the back, a bit like the Gravis armor does. So that'd be interesting. So, and then of course there's a Dreadnought. You gotta have a Dreadnought. So I reckon you'll probably have an easy to build Dreadnought of some kind, probably with Flamer and Claw. Then you'll have Librarian, Apothecary, Captain, no Chaplain this time. You'll have a squad of 5. Yeah, you'll have a squad of 5 Terminators, and then you'll have like a 10-man squad of intercessors, with like a couple of flamers thrown in. And then they'll probably, like they had with the Indomitus box, they probably will have like a limited run of that where you'd get like double the amount of Terminators in it. But you know, you're gonna get tons of the new Termagants for sure. But going back to the 3 rules, yeah, I agree with you, Gina, and Bill. Like, yeah, the rules should be free, because I know it costs a lot of money to develop the rules, update them, keep them running. But I mean, we've all seen the profits of the company, right? And if like I said, if they do a DLC style system, they can easily make that money that they would have on codexes. They could easily make that money on that other stuff. That's not to say they shouldn't have codexes, like physical codexes out. You can opt to buy that, and you know, like the incentive is all the fluff that's in it, you know, all the background information and stuff. The digital version would just be the rules, like bare bones, because of course you want to incentivize people to buy a book, and from a business standpoint that would be the way to do it. I wouldn't agree with any book exclusive rules or traits or stratagems, anything like that, because I think that's a little bit too, you know what, maybe a couple of scenarios in there just to sweeten the deal, but it would be mostly the fluff, like, you know, the organization charts, stuff like that. And then digital, it's data sheets, all the rules for that. Boom. I think that's the fair trade-off there. The Terminator was a little plain. I kind of wish it was a bit more detailed in some way. Could have just been the cinematic version. Well, hello, Nate. I honestly think that Terminators, they're just bog standard Terminators, so you can paint them any faction. They don't really need extra bits and pieces, but it wouldn't be that hard to just throw in a couple of bits and pieces that you can nip off your upgrade sprues and just glue them on. But yeah, hope you're well, mate. Brown Bear Wargaming, how you doing? Glad you could join us. It's only new to the hobby this last 12 months, so please, new rules will be downloadable and don't have to buy it all again straight away. Having a book option will be nice if you want it. There we go. Yeah, see. Welcome to the hobby, by the way. I hope you're enjoying it. Let us know what you collect, or which aspect of the hobby you're enjoying the most. Building, painting, collecting, playing, all of it, whatever. Scuba Pairs, they will never go with free rules because I believe they will always see it as money making item. True, but like I said, if there is a way to make that money elsewhere, and it'll make them. I mean, they don't really need to compete. They, you know what it is? You know, like when businesses are got to a point where they're so like up there, the sort of almost stratospheric, and it's like they're sort of like on that possibility where they could hit terminal velocity, right? And there's nothing that could stop them. And I honestly think that free rule stuff would help them go that further bit, straight out into space. Now that's not to say that they're not too big that they can't eventually crumble as a company, but that would be some serious bad management and some serious mess up with like, you know, all the assets. But as the company is, you know, as long as they play it well, they don't have to compete too much with other companies. They have competitors, but the competitors are like, you know, like Games Workshop sort of first place, and then like, you know, like the podiums is like first, second, and third, but the podiums are just dropping a bit more away. Now, like I said, do the free rules, have DLC style books, and that'll be it. That would, and it makes it more accessible for everyone, really. So yeah, 40k mostly building and painting with odd game here or there. Still learning. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. I have actually. I mean, it might be a bit late, but for the current 9th edition, I did do like 20 live streams. 20 live streams of like just breaking down the rules and just going from beginner up to playable at a game shop. So they're all available to watch back if you want. I make a lot of mistakes so that you can see where the mistakes can be made, and that's the excuse that I'm making. But yeah. Excuse me. Hey Void, how you doing, mate? So there we go. So that's enough waffling about that. There were some cool other miniatures as well, for the other game systems, which is great. More Seraphon, which is cool. We love Dino on Dino action. And yeah, also I've been building up my backlog. Yeah, that is right. So Triarch Stalker, and I'm halfway through building another 5 Immortals, this time with the Gauss Blasters, I think they are. I don't know. Again, still no gaps. Still no gaps on those pipes. Suck it. You'll wait for the 10th edition live streams. Fair enough. To be brutally honest though, I did it with the Imperium magazine. So I did the first 20 issues of the Imperium magazine, and I used their breakdown style of getting the rules up to scratch, which was a lot of fun actually. I got the people in the chat to name the units or the characters and stuff. I currently got them all up there. Those are the only ones I actually got paint. But there you go. You see them? They're all here, living it large. But no, those were good times, and many memes were had as well. Debbie, how you doing? Hi. The idea of free rules and paying for campaign books is a good idea. It may even help more schools get on board with the idea of Warhammer Club, as it helps keep costs down. There we go. There's nothing but positives to that. Now, of course, a company is going to say, why would we give up an opportunity to make money? And I would strongly advise them that the feedback from the community is heavily favoured in that way. You could just feel it. No, I mean, people have said bits and pieces of that idea. I've just drawn all those bits and pieces together to form that one idea. And someone's probably said it before. People will say it again. But that business model would work so much better. It would bring more people in. Like you said, it would be great for the school clubs, which is getting people indoctrinated in Warhammer at an early age. Give them a little taste of that lovely plastic goodness. And it would just open the doors a lot more. But saying that, you know what? Games Workshop might want to deliberately hamstring themselves until they got the facilities to match demand. Because at the moment they only just built a brand new storage facility for all of their stuff, and I think they're trying to build another factory, and they've had a lot of issues with the fact that they just filled it up too quick and needed to expand almost instantly. So, you know, that's the thing. And there's actually a joke. If you've watched, yeah. Sorry, just saw the comment from Bill. Screws the pooch so you don't have to. Nice. Nice turn of phrase. But if you watch the painting phase, they have Peachy on there, who, you know, as you may or may not know, used to work for Games Workshop for, I think it was like 20 years. And yeah, he said there was a joke around the office about them buying out the entire industrial estate that they're on, and just like gating the main road, and just like that'll be the site. So I can see it happening eventually. So yeah. Anyways, so that's enough of that. All right, well, I was only briefly going over that. So yeah, I expect tactical squad style intercessors. Yeah, the Terminators are going to be bland, but they normally are, and you could add your own flavour to them. Terminators coming out in probably 6 months' time, or maybe 5 months. The run up to Christmas, definitely, with options. Same with the tactical intercessors. I'm calling them that. I think that's the best name that they could have. And then they would have like upgrade sprues where you can flavour it to whichever chapter you want. And that's my expectation on that. So yeah, I know Johnson looks awesome though. Right, so that's enough of that. What I really want to discuss is, hang on, start studio mode. Hey, that's not what I wanted. That's what I want. And there we go. Okay. Cool. All right, there we go. So we're going to hop over to this. There we go. Chilcon. That's right. Intercessors is a crappy name. It is a bit, isn't it? 10th ed, 2nd or 3rd week of July. Yeah, that's a good guess. It's typically around that time, isn't it? Gives you the summer to play lots of games and buy lots of stuff. So, ChillCon is in Sheffield on the 1st of April. If you don't know that already, there you go. It's at Ecclesfield School, and I went last year. It was in August when they did it, and it was a good laugh. Did some interviews. It was great. Hey, War Daddy, how you doing, mate? Glad you could be here. And yeah, met some amazing people that I haven't met in real life. Just chatted to online, and gave them all a hug as well. Interviewed plenty of awesome people, and it was just a good laugh. This year, they are definitely going to have food. Because the food van broke down on the way last time, so there was only cupcakes and beer available. I mean, which isn't a problem for some people, but for others, a bit, you need a bit more substance to keep going. This year they got a really cool panel lineup, which is great. They have a return of some favourites and some new faces. Also, they have the vendors updated as well. The traders announced. So I don't know if they have released anything on who's coming. No, okay. So what I'll do is we'll quickly go over all the positive stuff. So here's the 5-year anniversary. They are going to be celebrating in style. If you book your tickets now, just hop over to the Facebook, or if you've got the Everite, I think it's called Everite app for the tickets, you can book them on there. You get 2 free Roman Legionnaires, which is really cool. That's been sculpted specifically for ChillCon, which is great. And then while you're there, there'll be tons to do and see. So they have a painting panel where you can get all of your questions answered by a variety of painters. I think they might... What's this about? Well, there we go. Elston, how you doing, mate? Glad you could join us. So, hey, have you confirmed the panel for ChillCon, or the demonstration table? I think it is. Or is it still hush hush until last minute? I don't know. I mean, I know you're going to be there because you're one of the main organisers, and Josh from the Pickle Jar, he's going to be on there as well. And Judge Good, I believe, will be there as well. He's an infamous Golden Demon winner, of course. So that's cool. There's going to be Viking reenactments as well. Oh yeah, look, you got painting competition. Look, it just tells you everything you need to know here. Trailers, demo games, Viking Village, Bring 'em By, Hobby Clinic, painting competition. Boom. There you go. Food. Tons of tables where they're demonstrating all the games. Tons of vendors. You can get anything and everything, from funky looking dice, cool little knickknacks, your Warlord games, your Firestorm games, historicals. Geez, there's like... what else was there? There's so much I can't bloody remember. But there's lots of independent traders there as well, producing stuff to coincide with these things. There were some great terrain vendors as well. I mean, you got a week, ain't you? Yeah, it's the same spot as last year in the school. So they got like a medium size hall where they got some of the stuff, and they got like a stage as well, and then down the corridor they got a bigger gym where it's just chock full of vendors and stuff. So it's gonna be cool. And then outside they have the Viking stuff, which is really cool. Like people fully dressed up as Vikings, war paint, like screaming Odin. And yeah, it's all good. The meet and greet guys are on at 1 during the day. It's Moggy, Judge, Elston, and Pickle. Panel has Pickle, MS Paints, Benji's Hobbies, and the Painting Phase. All-star cast. I mean, you are missing me. But you know, it's alright. I forgive you. Could you imagine if I was allowed? There'd just be chaos. Did he get someone else to paint his stuff in one? I don't know. Maybe. So there you go. So there's some cool stuff going on. But we also got where is it? We got the traders. So here we go. We've got ABC brushes. Okay, cool. We've got arcade prints. And do these link to the websites? No, they don't. Okay. 3D prints, laser engraved and vinyl cut gifts. Oh, okay. And personalized stuff. That's cool. Bone Blade Games. If you haven't heard of them, they are a shop that sells all sorts of hobby stuff. Color Party Pants. I was going to say pants. I'm sorry. Color Party Paints. So okay, I'm gonna definitely head over there, see what they've got to offer on paint, because you can never have enough. You got Cosmic Cakes, which were there last year. Did fantastic cakes. Like if you had more than one, you'd 100% throw up. They were that delicious yet sweet, and it was like. You can come on the panel when you can do an interview with me without laughing. I can do that. I could be deadpan. I could. You know what? I reckon that's a challenge. That is a challenge. Well, you said it, mate. You've challenged me to it. Alright, I'll take you up on it. Ah, chin chin. Alright. He's going to try so hard. But you know what's really hard, right? Is that Elston's just got a face that you can laugh at. And there's no way of saying that without sounding insulting. I'm sorry. I don't mean it in a malicious way. I mean it in a loving way. Oh dear. Big loves to you, mate. Because I just got his face in my head already. Like, it'd just be like, oh. Oh, I've got to stop watching your videos. Alright, I'm okay. I don't even need to put this on. We've got no background music. So, yeah, anyway, let's carry on. So, Dark Jewel Games, what they got? It's a table RPG publisher currently presenting Bots and Pieces, which will be released in late 2023. Ooh, okay. It's a narrative role-playing game about playing a team of light-hearted, ragtag, clapped-out robots on a contrastingly dangerous and deadly junk-strewn planet, the frontier world of Tartaria. All right, that sounds awesome. I've definitely got to check that out. We've got Dice Sports, a games producer of favourites such as Airflix, Z Warzone, Exodus, and much more. Okay. All right. Gelatinous Cute. I've heard of this before. Handcrafted D&D goodies such as UKG award-winning Forgotten Graveyard display, dice display, like a D20 holders, as well as plenty of other handmade polymer clay and resin sculptures and jewelry, plus 3D printed chibi wargaming miniatures. That's what I think I've seen is the chibi stuff that they've done. Yeah, I know, right? So yeah, there we go. We've got Green Monkey game books. Pick your path. Oh, okay. Try to complete your quest. Oh, is it one of those ones where you go like, you read a bit, you make a decision, and you flick to a certain page, and then you read that. That's what happens, and then you flick to another page, depending on your choices, and like you could probably die, I guess. You hardly did anything that time. I know, you're already in my head, mate. That's it. You live there rent free. Not that you need to. I mean, you got your own fucking house, right? So no, that sounds cool. We got Hayland Terrain. So they make 28mm metal fantasy, modern sci-fi, and horror miniatures and Gaslands accessories. Okay, there's going to be some fans of Gaslands out there. Also, the home to medieval mayhem across the Dead Earth and Pirates of the Dead Sea. All right, okay. See, there's so much new stuff that I get to see as well, which is why I really like this one. So not only do I get to see some of my favourite people from the interweb, but I also get to explore some really cool stuff. Fighting fantasy books used to be great. Always die straight away though. Nice one. Hey Rich, how you doing? What exactly are you doing? I'm just going over the vendors because the traders. Sorry, it's just been confirmed who's going to be there next weekend at ChillCon. So it was a free promo. So you got Ironclad miniatures as well. They do Victorian sci-fi, 15, 20, and 28mm resin as well. All right. Oh, Irongate scenery. One of the industry's leading suppliers of 3D printed resin miniatures. Did they type this up themselves? Because it's like they're selling themselves pretty well. They got 3D printed resin miniatures, terrain, and accessories, and they also got a printing service as well. That's cool. Core Games, doing a similar thing to Ironclad. That's cool. Lion Tower Miniatures, which, as we all know who that is, Dan is awesome. Yeah, you're welcome, Rich. So yeah, he's got tons of awesome stuff. I actually said to him, if he needs a hand, I'll happily volunteer to help him out as well. So you might see me messing up the prices of all his stuff. I hope he's got all the prices put down. But I'll be helping him out a little bit, depending on how busy he is. So definitely go check that out. We also have an affiliate link. So, you know, if you want some awesome stuff and you cash strapped at the time, then you can always buy it online through my affiliate link, which would be awesome for both of us. Magic Geek, they sell CCGs, board games, and accessories. Ooh, okay. Majorwood Studios. Oh, they're a sponsor as well. Whoa, wow, wee wow. So, they're Yorkshire-based, independent multimedia studio established by filmmaker Ryan Greenwood and author Ben Major, founded on the premise of creating a multi-platform sci-fi fantasy company that produces content with drama and heart at its core. Oh, Oh, okay. So maybe they're doing a little recruitment drive, or you know, they're just trying to show off that they are there and they are a real thing. Either way, I'll be hopping over there to see what they're all about. We've also got a commission painting service. It's largely a large variety of paint brands ready to restock your painting stations. That's MC Model Painting. We've got MTG Terrain, who's another sponsor as well. Handcrafted wargaming terrain and hobby supplies, 3D printed terrain and miniatures. I think I'm gonna skip the description of all of them because it's quite a list actually. So we've got Pandyman Entertainment, tabletop battle system. Okay. All right. Patriot Games, locally based Patriot Games. All right, cool. So we've got more local businesses, which I love. Phoenix Game Studio, who are new this year. Same as Poison Moon Gaming as well. Handmade resin dice. Ooh, okay. Lots of fancy dice for those dice collectors out there. Yes, Brown Bear. That's the main draw for this. It's just exploring what they have, you know, because there's such a variety there. Ramshackle Games makes resin, sci-fi, and fantasy war games miniatures. Nice. Rubicon models. World War II vehicles and miniature. All right. They just teased the release of their Vietnam range. Ooh, spicy. Then we got the Sarisa Precision. Who are these? They have a huge, very well known and ever growing range of laser cut build. Aha! So you've probably seen it then. It's a laser cut wood. We like that. It smells great. It smells absolutely great. I just sniff laser cut wood all day. That was what like back in school when we did design tech and we got into the woodworking shop. Man, that smell of freshly cut wood, that's nostalgia for me. Sheppy Models, who's new this year. They sell miniatures, scenery, paints, and accessories for wargaming, including Perry miniatures. Very nice. Victrix, Rubicon models, Wargames Atlantic, Flames of War, Team Yankee, Warlord, Fireforge, Oathmark, Sarisa. What bloody hell? They stock everything. The Pit Gaming Store. Bazooka, like Rubicon model. Shout out to the legend Pezapu. Nice one, mate. And I agree with you, Waylander. Indie cons are pretty cool. So they've got the Pit Gaming Store. Oh, they've got an eBay store. Cool. Traveling Man, who's well known as well. I think they for quite a long time they were a sponsor of the Chilling War Gamers Network. So yeah, definitely go check them out. They're cool. Valkyrie RPG, role playing, card board games, manga. Okay, another awesome shop. And new to it as well. We've got Void Scar miniatures. I saw these last year actually. They had some really awesome sculpts, like the tanks looked so awesome. Like they like took the modern tank and then they skipped a few hundred years, leaning off those designs and the way that the tank design is sort of developed, and they sort of made that, and it, you know, I was like, boom, that looks awesome. I'm sorry. Scuba. And then Warlord Games as well. Pretty well known. They sell a lot of your historical stuff as well. So that's cool. That is a solid lineup. You've got some new businesses in there as well. The place is going to be chock full for sure. So of course you want to get there as early as possible because you're going to want to, you know, get in and get the deals, don't you? Hey up, hey up. Look at this. Ah, hang on. I need to zoom in on this picture because I see some familiar faces. And look, there's Bill, and there's Dave, and is that Quingo from behind? And I was on the other side, like you could just see like the back of my head there, like there, yeah. Look, oh, hang on, there we go. So look, there's Dave, there's Bill Waylander, that's Quingo there, and there's the back of my head. I'm just behind him with my backpack there. But our legs are well aligned, like you can't see my legs. That's fun. I didn't know our pictures were snapped. Sweet. There you go. That was us last year. So there you go. That's the traders. Oh man, I'll have to shrink it back down. This is a pain. There we go. That was easier than I thought. So, yeah, £5 ticket. Awesome. Do they have? I don't know if Elston is still in the chat. Do they have any of the £40 tickets left? You get like a goodie bag with that one, and it's full of like a mix of stuff from the various vendors and that. But no, Scuba, you had me, mate. Pez poo is what I make. Make sure you interview Steve Pezpoo Perry of Rubicon Models. He's a legend. I love his videos. All right, I'll you know what? I might. I don't know if I'm going to do interviews this year or if I'm just going to go as a pedestrian. But I'll have my camera with me because it's on my phone. So, and I actually got a lapel mic, so audio quality shouldn't be too much of an issue. You never know, I might do. So there we go. So yeah, awesome stuff all round. And then, like I said, you got Viking demonstration, you got games demonstrations, you've got food. I believe they're going to have a Korean street food vendor as well as your typical food vendor. There's alcohol there as well, which is banging. So, you know, if you're not driving, it's all good. Yeah, other beverages are available too. So there you go. Tell someone else to do the interview. I mean, they're probably going to be very busy. So there you go. Warlord also have the Judge Dredd and Slain licenses. Nice. My actual real name is Lee Perry. It was quite common for our surname to be called Pez or Pezza. Fair enough. There's a lot of Perrys knocking about, to be honest, and it gets a bit confusing, really. So it's a very, very common name, I'm sure. Much more common. The thing is, Perry is like a really common name, but like it, at least it just sounds like average Joe. Mine sounds like a servant's name, Porter. You know. That's a waiter. That's someone who holds the door open for you and carries your bags. You know what I mean? So I'd much prefer that for sure. But there we go. So before we dive into Community Corner, are there any questions about ChillCon or 10th Ed or anything like that? Any thoughts you want? I mean, Go ahead. Mr. Fish, how you doing? On the road, going to my dad's. So can't stay, but happy Friday. What to you too, mate? Whoa! I really shouldn't do that. I'm glad, mate. We are learning names tonight. We are indeed. No, mine's no secret. It's all over Facebook, so there you have it. Oh, I'm going to need a top up of water soon. Don't start, Bill. Don't you dare start. Oh, dear. You know what? Actually, screw it. Scuba Bears, if you go to ChillCon, we can go large. All I want to do is do it. Roll six. Roll six. Oh, okay. That's enough of that nonsense, right? Shit. There we go. Look, I'm gonna be honest, right? You've kind of set yourself up for that. I already had all the Kevin jokes. I'm more stalker than best, mate. Did someone say "wah" from Gua? Wah to the Gua. How you doing? I love that. Thanks for joining us. Oh dear, I'm gonna be chuckling all night now. All right, so that's that. That is that. So as I said, hop over to the Facebook page, or Everbright, whatever the bloody app is called, where you normally get event tickets from. Book ahead, you get yourself a pair of those nice little resin minis. And it'll be cool. You'll see a lot of cool, awesome people. Of course, it is in Sheffield, so it's pretty much in the middle of the country, so it's not too far for everyone. So yeah, if you're local, if you're in the Midlands, East or West, it shouldn't be too bad for you. Don't tell me, Kev, you know a Mr. Patterson. Thankfully not. Are you buying into 10th ed like the big box, or just getting the rule book, or waiting a week after release for surprise FAQ, or just not fussed at all? It all depends, really, because as you remember, I've been invited by Nick from Necrons and More, you know, as in the IDEC Nick, that fame, to like a YouTuber's like gaming event, essentially, and it does happen possibly 3 to 4 weeks after the release of 10th edition. It all depends when in July they do it, so I'll probably have to at least be up to scratch on the rules there, and that's going to be my first actual game, because I doubt I'm going to actually get any games in before then. So it's going to be my first game against another human being for years. I mean, we've seen me for the last like 3 years just play games against myself. Like, so, you know, and I can't use magnets this time. So I think I'm sticking 8th skirmish level games. Yeah, no, that's good. Oh, thank you so much, Debbie. I actually do really appreciate that. That's really nice of you. That's what we're here for, just to be goofy. We don't take ourselves too seriously. And, you know, sometimes we actually do hobby. But mostly I just talk nonsense. And the thing is, like, and this, you know what, right? I don't know if it's just like self-sabotage, or if you know, like, I am doing it deliberately. I don't know, but have you not noticed, like, whenever it comes to just doing simple things, I screw it up. Like, for example, with the Triarch Stalker. Now, the body it's clearly indicated on the build instructions which way you should have the body up, because there's indents on this side for this thing to attach, and then there's indents on there for the gondola. I'm going to call it a gondola to be attached. And this is the second time I've built one. I mean, the first time was when it first came out, like nearly 10 years ago. And I still screwed it up. But the thing that people normally screw up, i.e. the tubes on the Immortals, I get right without instructions. No problem. I could do the hard things, I can't do the simple things. How messed up is that? It's almost like having a smart person with no common sense. But thankfully I have actually got some common sense, so you know, I guess. I don't know, I'm chatting shit. I'm still not well. I'm bunged up, as you can hear. And you still lost. Yeah, I still lost. I play against myself and I still lost. But I won. But I lost. No, what was more annoying was when I drew against myself. That was stupid. I'm not sure if you're implying his hand fell asleep. What? Oh, there you go. No, you're not. Bill, behave. Quick play with yourself. It's community corner time. All right, Gina, let's do it then. Let's hoppity hop, hip hop hop, hoppity hip hop hop over to community corner. There we go. Community corner, where we blast your ears before soothing it with my voice. Every week we get to see what you lot have been working on, whether it's completed works of art, works in progress, or planned projects. And of course we get to start off with an Asajj Ventress miniature from Bill, aka Waylanders Wondering, who by the way has an awesome channel, so definitely go check it out. It's got some really cool how-to guides, especially with Star Wars Legion, if you're into that. So let's dive in, and there she is, looking badass, going akimbo with those lightsabers. I love the decoration of the base as well, and you've really done nice with the colours there for sure. Oh, is that a little bit of glow I see there? Nice touch indeed. Getting better at doing those glows for sure. But no, it looks really nice. You've kept it uncomplicated, but you've really jazzed up the base at the same time. So I really appreciate that. It's quite pleasing to the eye. And new things. And then we got the 501st clones as well, which is, you know, it's the ones that you see the most of in Clone Wars. These look great. I love the white on it. It's such a clean white. And you know, like, again, I love the bases, nice and vibrant. And I'm guessing it didn't take you too long as well. You sort of keep it simple, and that way you get it done quick for sure. It looks great. So thank you for sharing, Bill. Next up is Mr. Fish. So yeah, he's on his way to see his dad. So he's driving at the moment, but he's going to share stuff. He managed to kit bash a Beast Boss from leftover Beast Boss and Squigosaur bits. Also cleaned and organised his gaming shelves and got some colours down on his kid's Mortarion that triggered some people. Awesome. So here we are. That's sick. You know what? I always love your conversions, dude. Like, never, ever, ever fail with your conversions. Yes, bases and faces, mate. That's what it's all about. That's it. The rule of KISS. Keep it simple, Sossig. There we go. So yeah. This looks awesome. I really can't wait to see it painted up. And of course, targeted squig as well. We've got to have a targeting squig. This is his shelving, which is you say that's organized. I say that's organized chaos. But the orcs are actually more organized and neater than these boxes. So, you know, how dare you mislead us? But damn, that's a lot of board games, isn't it? And then, of course, there's his Morty. You know what, right? I kind of... So his kids obviously picked the colour scheme, which is cool. Rainbow, it's awesome. Nice variation of colours. In the UK, the rainbow's more associated with the NHS, which is our National Health Service, right? So I like that from us, British, on our side, the lovely juxtaposition that we have here of the Lord and incarnation of death and plague and disease wearing the NHS colours. Just I'd love the irony of it. And of course, you know, him being a Yank, he won't appreciate that. It's awesome. Just need a little bit more blending in there and that would look sick. Just like get some mid-tones, really wet it up in there, get a nice transition going, and that would look pretty dope. And then just dip it in tons of non or Agrax Surf Shade for sure. Around 6. Well, thank you for yeah. I like how you shield your own affiliate and then you're like, oh, you could use Kev's. Like, thanks. Oh, you have a good night, mate. Yeah, definitely. If you see me, just give me a tap on the shoulder and say hello. I'm such and such on the internet. Before giving me the real name, because I will have no idea. All right, but yeah, if you see me, don't be afraid to say hello. And if I act weird and like spacey, it's because I'm just like weird and spacey in social situations. So you know, you rolls your dice, you get your prize. All right, so here we go. So we've got some more pictures of that. I can't wait to see what it looks like done. Look at this. I like this miniature because it is a pretty cool Squigosaur style mini with like the engines and everything. Like only orcs could stick exhausts and engines in a living creature and it not be a demonic entity. You know what I mean? I mean, you could argue the Mechanicus does it, but they don't have any real free will, are they? They're like lobotomized servitors and stuff like that. So, no, I appreciate that. It's awesome. So thanks for showing, dude. Next up, we got Void Captain Bazooka. So he finished the build on his Black Shield Marauder, and he stuck an old Space Wolves combat knife on the greave. And that's it. Job done. Nice and simple. I like it. And again, it's an awesome pose for a rocket launcher for sure. There we go. There's the rack of rockets. That's decent, dude. And you know what? This is the most simplistic conversion you've done. And it actually, is it? No, this is because it hasn't needed you to do any plastic card work. Whereas I know you did like a basic black shield with bolt gun, but you did some sculpting on that. This, it's just nice and easy. That's okay, mate. That's all right. I'll let you off. So yeah, great work, dude. Can't wait to see what you do next. And if you, I hope you live long enough to actually paint the stuff as well, because at this rate, you ain't gonna. So yeah, big loves to you though. Davide, he has painted up this force of Stormcast that he did for a tournament, and yeah, it like came really close to the deadline to get it done. But these look awesome. So there you go. He's got Dracos. He's got some dragons. Just it's a nice, healthy force, really, because the dragons they're still really powerful, even though I think they got FAQ'd 2 or 3 times to sort of bring them down a bit, and they're still good though. And then of course you got long strike bows as well. Absolutely brutal sniping unit. So yeah, I mean it's a good force. You got stuff to slam into objectives and stuff to pick off heroes with. What more do you want? There's even a Neve Black Talon in there as well, right there. You got the fancy dude from 3rd edition Fame, and a Lord Relicta as well. Got to have that dude for the does he heal mortal wounds, or does he just heal wounds on wounded miniatures? I think it's something like that. Sticking between the dragons for sure. But yeah, they look great, mate. Thanks for sharing. And next up, Bunker. He's been painting this. It's so cute. I don't even know what it is. It a cat or a dog or a rabbit? I'm not sure, but it's a little critter wearing an ultramarine centurion helmet. I mean, what's not to love? Beautifully painted as well. I mean, look at the lenses on there, just immaculate. So there's nothing I can critique on it. It's just great. So yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. And he's also working on some of these Killer Boys. Are they Killer Boys? Cruel Boys. There we go. So he's working through the new magazine Partworks Stormbringer. I actually called up and had mine cancelled, but they were like, "Oh, it's too late. We already sent one out." So I was like, "Okay." But they said, "Hey, look, what we'll do is because you're cancelling, the premium that you were paying for it, we'll credit your account to go towards the Imperium magazine." I was like, "Sweet, that'll help. Next month's gonna be tight." So yeah, that's helped me out. But this great. Look, I love the robe here. Very nicely done, very clean, very neat work. It's nice and easy, nice and simple, but it's effective and it looks great. So well done, dude. Well done, and thank you for sharing Mr. Bunker painting over on Twitch, by the way. Is it a Cato Sicarius the pet? I think so. It does look like it, doesn't it? Next up, Raven's Rook. So Phil, of course, he has his own channel. He does live streams every Monday at 7:30. And he's a busy boy. He works on great conversions. He gets stuff painted. He just knocks it all out. And he says he's currently boxing these Oryx up to sell at ChillCon. Haven't a clue how to price them. Also painted up another Lion Tower minis this week. I would say, however much you feel it's worth. But I mean, that's it. You could go into more like, okay, so how much time did I spend painting it, plus materials, plus the miniatures, and then price it like that. But or you could just do like 2.5 times the retail price, 3 times the retail price. There are going to be people out there who will buy whole painted armies because painting is a hassle, and if you can get a Brrrr. A tournament player who's looking for iron jaws. You're laughing because they will pay through the nose for a ready-to-go army. So let's have a look, see. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, it isn't just iron jaws, it's the crawl boys as well. You've got the hobgrots, you've got that big bosses there. Nice. And of course you've got some iron jaws on the side. Mate. That is a mighty force. Yeah, I would say 2.5 to 3 times your retail price, whatever it costs you to buy it. That's like, use that as your multiplier. Because it's all well painted. It's not like it's badly painted. It's really good tabletop standard painted. So like, again, tournament players will pay through the nose for that. Of which, by the way, I will be selling some spare stuff off at the bring and buy at ChillCon as well. So make sure you keep an eye out for stuff that's listed that could possibly be. I don't know if you'll know if it's from me, but I'll let you know on the day, and you can target it because it will be my fund for the day. So there you go. I'll give you a jam sandwich and a cheeky reach around. Naughty Andrew. This looks great, by the way. This is a Lion Towers miniature. And look at that. The way the Tesseract glow has brought out the curls and the details on that. That's pretty awesome, right? I really like that. It's a good choice of colours, mate. So can't wait to see that finished. Thank you for sharing. And then Necros, who is, I believe, School Bapez in the chat. It says still a work in progress, just highlighting to be done. Possibly a second thin coat of Ulf-1 Grey on the side doors and a good old-fashioned Ultra to be written on the scroll on the back door. Also want a ultramarine deco on the front to make it look like a 30k Rhino. Will probably be finished for 31st. Okay. I mean, I'll just dry brush, just like lightly dry brush the edges. Job done. But if you want to pick out all the edges and stuff, it's gonna look banging for sure. So yeah, it's such a smooth color. I see you've done the recess shading as well. That's good. It's really going to help make it pop once you get the highlights on there. Yeah, do big old Ultra right on there. Boom, that'd be awesome. I would have no idea the cost to sell at. Wouldn't even guess at retail, but that could be worked out. But the extra time to build in labor hours and painting hours, the ancillary costs. Yeah, it's a tough gig to work out. And then it, like, if you were to give yourself an actual wage, say £10 an hour, and to build all of that stuff, it would take you at least 20 to 30 hours. So you're already looking at £200 to £300 just to build it all. Probably that to buy it all, and then to paint it. It depends how quick you are at painting, really, and how detailed you go. So I would say easily between 500 and 900, depending on how much you want to price it, mate. Yeah, if you paint at Phil Kev, my level, around 2.5 times retail. If you're actually really good, the sky's the limit. That's true. It is true. So there we go. That is Community Corner done. Ow, I loved it. Every single second of it. So thank you very much for sharing, because it does get me hobby juices flowing. And of course, if you want to be able to share your stuff, we have got a work in progress and completed it tab on our Discord, which is free to check out. Be in the description below. But you know what? Anyone who's out there who hasn't already, boom, 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 boom. There we go. I'll throw up my social links. Boom. And yeah, that should be it. Let's see if Nightbot is actually awake. I don't think Nightbot has actually woken up, has it? Has Nightbot actually shared anything this whole time? It hasn't. Bruv. Nightbot's asleep. That's dread. So there we go. It's me. It's me, Kevin. So, as you know, I've been working through my backlog of Imperium issues. I filed everything away up to issue 66, which was a massive pain. And then I found out that this month's delivery was delayed because I forgot to pay for last month's. But there we go. So yeah, no, but it's a good excuse to get through it all. I still have no real idea what weapon loadouts to do, so I'm just going with the build guides essentially, and then I could just say, it is what it is, rather than do WYSIWYG. You know, pay the price for it, points wise. That's the way I'm gonna do it. But it's been nice building a mix of Mechanicum, Necron. I've been mostly focusing on the Necron stuff. So once I build these Immortals, that'll be the end of the Necron stuff. And then I will be building the Sisters of Battle stuff, which will be a first. So there we go. What minis will I be selling? Ooh, that's a good question, isn't it? I got a box of stuff. So basically all the terrain from the Imperium magazine so far. So the buildings, the reactor, the hemotrope reactor, the pipes. We have the destroyers as well. So that they're, you know, hot ticket. Could never have too many of those. I just happen to have some spare. I've got the bikes, and I'm sure a lot of people will be after this. And this is basically going to pay for my fuel. So, well, it's not going to pay for all of it, but it's going to pay for getting up there. So, I've got the big sprue from the Indomitus box. That's got the reanimator. It's got the murder buckets. It's got the big giant Lord Killy destroyer thing, and a couple of characters on there. So yeah. That's retail £70, I believe. And yeah, I know you can argue I got it from a magazine, but like, I gotta be savvy, yo. You know that. I'm not trying to be like one of these eBay scammers or anything, but I think the price that I'll put it at will be fair anyway. Not much more than what I got it for, to be honest. And I'm still rummaging through my stuff, so I might still have a few more things to go in there. I'm thinking about, I've got a wicker basket over there. It's like a really big wicker picnic basket, and it's chock full of miniatures. And there's a bunch that I might depart with. So already built and primed, ready to be painted. I just don't know if I really want to get rid of them or not. You know what I mean? Anyway, there's a variety of stuff. As I said, that is my fuel fund to get there and back again. So, I also got the you know what? Where you at? Where you at? Not that one. No, it's not there. Ah, there we go. Actually, I've got 2 of those destroyer sprues. I'm not going to need another one. Because I already got 6. I got 3 from the magazine. I don't know how I ended up with spares. I think I got an extra issue by accident. And then I already had the Indomitus box as well, which came with some. So, yeah. There we go. There'll be 6 of those. J-Mac, how you doing, mate? Stick 1 or 2 painted bits in as seen. Yeah. You know, I could. I don't know if that's how it works, but I could. How you doing, J-Mac? Hope you're well, mate. I hope you've enjoyed your what was it? Your 3rd dinner? I don't know. How many dinners do hobbits have? Never saw Necron with Crocs or Howling Griffin Necron. No. No way. One of a kinds. Can't do it. Those are commemorative pieces that I've created myself, and they're chock full of memories. Where's he at? Where? Oh, there you are. This is what it's all about, right? This is what it's all about, right here. Do you remember these guys? The ones that I sculpted weird stuff onto, like the Make Imperium Great Again hat, or the Myga hat, or the one with the Crocs and socks. Yeah. Or the one with the spoon fingers. Edward Spoon Fingers. Hey, those were good times, right? A shield. Where is it? Actually, it was pretty well hidden because I got a red light on. But there you go. There's your Howling Griffin. There's. Excuse me. There you go. Ah, the things I did for you guys. I mean, he looked good though, didn't it? Like the Howling Griffin infiltrator. Who would know? No one. Ah, dear. All right. And then where we go? Where we go? There we go. There was the Howling Griffin that was highly, highly demanded. With hand painted chapter icon, like freewalled, no stencils, and you could tell because it's not even. It's wonky as hell. That was a fun challenge trying to paint a griffin that tiny. And I remember when I was practicing it on a palette pad, and I was like, "Why is this so hard to do?" And then I realised I was using a regular sized brush. I was like, oh, "I've got a tiny brush I could use." So there you go. But one of my favourites so far was this conversion I did live for my Silver Templars. So using an aggressor's body, I made a company champion. Oh, actually, it could be a captain. Yeah, fuck it. I'll make him a captain. He just got upgraded, dude. And then like that sword was a spare bit from the Star Dragon, and yeah, that bit as well was a spare bit um, that I used as an Iron Halo, no less, because I thought that would look so sick, and it suits the sword and lightning, and that's the chapter icon, you know, like it was awesome. And then these little bits down here, which I feel like every aggressor is gonna feel naked without that there now, you know. But that was my like, it was an easy conversion, but it was like, you know, like my favorite one by far. The memories, my first stream watching you when you did the HG Marine. Yeah, that was madness, man. You really got to play Nick Headache Beer with your Necrons. I can't, man. How can I play? He knows Necrons inside out. How bad would that be though? I turn up, right? I haven't played like 40k against anyone in like over a decade, maybe even longer. And even then, it was just basic monolith, 40 warriors, butt ton of scarab swarms, 2 tomb spiders, and a couple of lords, and then some heavy destroyers, and some destroyers with a destroyer lord, and just have at it. And then I also had a Nightbringer, which kept falling apart, which was really annoying. Easy things are the best sometimes, yeah. Alright. How about this dude I painted live as well? It was fun. Like, and we had a laugh about it looking like oh, what was his name? Oh, you know what? Uh Void will get it straight away. But yeah, like went heavy with that mustache, right? And then I like, that was the first time I tried to do a tattoo as well on the side of the head. That was good fun. I enjoyed that. So that was cool to do a Black Templar like that. I got a spare one of these, so you know, I can do an ultramarine version. But it was just fun doing something a little different, you know. Oh yeah, look, there's his little helmet there. I mean, that was it, Tom Selleck. That was good fun. Oh, hang on. Mm. Here now, this will take you back. This one I painted live as well, and this was from the Mortal Realms magazine. It was from the premium kit, the Arch Regent, and I waited until we got the skulls so I could do like glowy, spirity skulls, but have them like sort of uplight. So you got the glow going up under there. And yeah, I mean that's one of my favorite ones. Like for technical painting wise, because like working out the angles of where the light would be, like on underneath the cloth but not over the sides, making sure like, okay, that's gonna block the light coming up here, and so working out those angles. And yeah, like dude's thirsty as well. Like the dude just needs a drink, you know. So yeah, man. Bazooka, naughty boy. Ooh. Yeah, I think that's it for now. That's it for now. Oh no, what about these lot? Here we go, here we go, here we go. My little Chaos Warband, which is a slow work in progress, because for each chapter that I'm doing, or sorry, Legion, for each Legion, I'm doing a slightly different painting technique as well. So that way they look more unique. But you've got a Galvor back. Rah. He just needs the base painted. I'm going to do all the bases together. My favourite bit was trying to paint the armour as if it had like muscle fibre. Not sure if you quite picked that out. This camera is a bit... There we go. Kind of pick it out there. The muscle fibre style. And then there's the word bearer counterpart. And what I enjoyed as well was doing the chapter icons freehand as well. Let's just get a bit of that light off there because it is a bit bright. But that was fun. The old flaming book. That was good fun. We've got Wild Eater. You know, his pristine white armor just getting shredded up with all that blood. And then got your Emperor's Children as well. Of course, loving a bit of gore spattered on it. But what I liked was I did a different approach to layering up that purple. So I really leaned in heavy with the shades, but I blended up the purple as well. So it's still got that blend going from light to dark, but it's got the weathering and it's really heavily shaded. So that was good fun. And like this one was just sprayed bolt gun. Not bolt gun. It was sprayed silver. What was it called? Steel Forged Silver from Color Forge. And then I used I didn't even use contrast on it. I used Caribou Crimson, which is a shade from Games Workshop for that red, and it came out really nice. And then of course some Tesseract Glow for that blade. So, you know, again, different techniques, different styles. This one as well, Night Lords. Now it didn't have a winged helm, but it had some trim on it, so I painted the trim to look like a helmet. And this started off as that 5 paint challenge, where it was like 3 basic paints and then 2 tones. And I did most of the work with it, with that, and then I just finished it off by picking out the silver trim. And there's a bit of lightning there, because you know you got to have some lightning, ain't ya? But yeah, that was mostly done with 3 colours. And then this one is straight up metallics. Straight up metallics, right? But this one, again, doing has stripes on curved surfaces. Never tried it before, so I gave it a go. and I really sort of lent heavily into like 3rd and 4th edition rule book. Like you see the painting style in those books, and like the yellows always had that really sort of orangey fade on them, so they go from like a medium yellow and then it's shaded into that orange, and I wanted to have that, so I sort of lent into that a bit. And it doesn't really pick up on here, but you'll see it, you could see like it goes orangier nearer to the ends there, and there's some like glowing lenses as well. So yeah, that one's nearly done. And then this one, it was my second attempt at using an airbrush, and I thought I want to try and do a plasma gun glow, like it's powering up. And El Miniaturista, who's on Instagram, he does a lot of these like step-by-step paint guides. He just posts them up for free. He's got his own I'm not sure if it's Patreon or he's got his own paint course that he sells, but he posts up free stuff as well. So I just followed the step-by-step picture, and for the Sons of Horus, and yeah, that is freehand as well, which was again fun to do. But you see, it's not perfectly straight, but it's close enough, you know. But yeah, doing that glow was a lot of fun, and that was the second time I used an airbrush, which goes to show if you approach it like with a bit of care, you can learn the basics of an airbrush quite quickly. And I've put it off for too many years, but I love that. It's just like he's ready to either blow someone up or blow himself up. That's awesome. So there you go. Mini Warmer, how you doing? How you doing? Good to have you in the chat. And yeah, it is about time, isn't it? It is about bloody time. So we're just walking down memory lane. These are all miniatures I've painted live, except this one. And again, all of the paints I used on this one were Army Painter war paints. I didn't use any Citadel or alternatives. Everything on this miniature is war paint. And you know, like I wanted to prove that despite the bad reputation that the Army Painter gets for its paints, not all of them are bad. So I think this was like Warlock. Warlock. Yeah, Warlock Orb was the main color for the Sons of Horus. So you know, everything was painted with a different technique, a different style to really make them look unique. You know. And I've just had non-stop fun. But yeah, just because of popular demand, I'll show you again. So that one is with the Make Imperium Great Again cap, because you know, who wouldn't? Oh, thanks very much. And then this one with the Crocs and socks. I think this is the fan favourite, right? Down to the white stripe. Oh, sorry, the red stripe on the sock. Like, there we go. And that was sculpted live and then painted live. You know, so flayed ones with Crocs and socks, and then of course Edward Spoon Hands. He's gonna spoon you to death. So watch out for him. So actual green stuff, spoons on the tips of those. So there you go. Those are some of my favourite stuff that I've done in the last 12 months. And then because you didn't see it, mate. They all look great, Kev. You should be proud of them. Yeah, you know what? Like when I really get into a bit of painting, I can knock out some half decent stuff. Right? It's not award winning. It's not gonna win any trophies or painting competitions. But it's like if I put the time and effort, I know. And this goes for everyone. If you just put the time in, you can really get awesome work done. And I'm no pro painter. I'm pretty below average, to be honest. But yeah, here you go. Just because I know you're gonna get a kick out of this. With the free-handed chapter sign for the Howling Griffins, there is like, "Hello, brother. You're a Necron." "No, I am not." Oh no, my arm fell off. Reanimation protocols. I just broke it live. No, my work of art, my poor work of art. Never mind. There you go. I think I've waffled on enough, haven't I? Told you, Kev. Use Mr. Crocs as a dynasty relic that hits on a 1+ and buffs units in the orange area. Nick wouldn't know what hit him in your YouTube game. You know what? I actually have to find the last two, build and paint them, because yeah. Are they in here? No. Okay, they're going to be in a box somewhere on a sprue, so I'm going to have to build and paint them for sure. But yeah, there you go. Takes just 2 more on it. We'll paint for ourselves and do what feels. Yeah, and I like challenging myself with a little freehand chapter icon. You know, I've got a couple that I haven't done. So I've got the World Eater, I've got the Emperor Children, the Night Lords is done. It's just lightning. I've still got to do the Iron Warrior as well, but I'm chuffed with the Sons of Horus. I'm super happy with the Word Bearer, because that's a bit more complicated, because you got to do the shadow of the pages, and then the back of the pages, and then do the flame. You know, this is just before it gets replaced by the demon face that's on fire. So this was like Heresy era chapter, or Legion colors, sorry, with their Heresy era icons before they fully go. So yeah, I've really enjoyed those. It's been good fun, and like I've got tons of goodies on show here. You know, I'll show you one more. Again, a very interesting conversion. Now, this one took some work, right? A lot of clipping of bits, a lot of shaving down stuff, but this was a Stormcast Relictor, and with just a few spare bits from the Primaris Intercessor kit, and by swapping out the hammer with a sword, I got myself a really cool looking ancient. And you know what, I could not resist when I saw the ancient in the Odomitus box. I was like, dude, I could do that from a Relictor. It looks banging. So I did. I haven't even painted up. Yeah, I haven't even painted up an ancient yet. But this was for my Silver Templars, because of course they like to do things fancy. But yeah, like, you got the halo back there. Again, just spare bits. The holster, the purity seals. There was a big old hole there from where the relictor has like a badge of office there stuck in there. So I just covered it up with that, the heraldry badge. And then of course, because there was no Aquila on the chest, I just painted it on. So I painted like golden Aquila on the chest, and that worked out pretty well. Like, I mean, I'm proper happy with that. And like doing this effect on a blade, it actually is a lot easier than it looks. And I did this again. I did this live. This was like 2.5, almost 3 years ago. I did this live, on a desk underneath the stairs in my living room. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if the video is still. It probably is still up there. If you have a look in the backlog, you'll see there was like a Road to Indomitus stream. There was like 9 live streams of that, and then there was like a handful of streams post that. If you go after that, that will be down there as that, but that was banger. It was the reanimation protocol that gave him away to yeah. So there you go. I really like that. Actually, you know what? I might take this to the painting competition. That might be my entry, actually. It might get a pin of recognition, I think. What do you think? If it survives the journey, that is. I mean, again, it's not award winning, but it'd be just nice to have it on the bench next to the others. I need to dust it though. So there we go. All right, I'm gonna stop talking about myself so much, because you know this show isn't just about me; it is also about you lot being awesome. And yeah, that stuff that we saw on Community Corner was awesome, and you lot have been awesome in the chat as well. So thank you very much for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that like button if you haven't already. It does very much help us get seen by more people, which is what we're after. And also don't forget, check out the Chillcon Facebook page as well, if you haven't already, for updates on what's going on there, for the traders, the vendors, the events, all that sort of stuff. And yeah, book your tickets in advance, because you will get those cool resin Centurions, which is awesome. And yeah, I want to say a big thank you to these beauties as well, because they help support the channel every month, which is awesome, because that just helps keep the channel running. So big thank you to Lupus Canis, Tabletop Ready Minis, Gina Doherty, Scuba Pairs 376, Normski, and Gunstar Hero. And on Buy Me a Coffee, we've got David Young, Zero Honor, Gunstar Hero, Gina Doherty, and Waylanders Wandering. And of course, we do have a Patreon account now. So as I try and get stuff more regular, when I try and get more regular uploads, I'll try and keep things shared amongst these platforms. Just if you can't afford that, just subscribing to the channel is more than enough. That helps the channel massively. And yeah, join us on our Discord. It's free to do so. We're good over there. We won't hound you for nothing. You get to share your stuff, you get to ask questions. We've got some really talented people in there as well. We've got some people who have been in the industry for a long time. And if that doesn't sell it for you, we do have a tab specifically for really sexy mode lawns. It's, no judgment, but sometimes you see a mode lawn and you think, God damn, that's sexy. If you don't believe me, join the Discord. I'll throw down the link for it. Oh, I can't, because Nightbot's not working, because Nightbot is being a absolute pain in the butt. But if you hit the link tree link in the description, that's got everything. It's got all of our affiliate links. It's got all of our social media stuff, and it's also got a permanent link that's open for Discord. So I look forward to seeing you there. And thank you for smashing the like, Mr. Mini Robot. And I did say warm up, but of course I'm all bunged up, so I kind of sound a bit like Rowan Atkinson. So yeah, I do apologise. At least you can claim reanimation protocols if required. There we go. Exactly. All right, so I'm gonna leave it there. And of course we will do our usual outro, which everyone loves. So yeah, don't be too confused by it. It is actually, hang on, before we go, I forgot one more thing. So yeah, there is going, if for those who are going to ChillCon, if you are staying the night before, there will be a meetup on Friday night. I don't know where, but keep in the loop, because the pre-con meetup, it's just a nice way of meeting everyone nicely without the distraction of the day, because the day is, you know, there's a lot going on. It can be overwhelming, especially lots of people going, hey, hi, 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 whatever. So it's chilled out. You get to meet everyone. You'll get to see some of the, you know, the headliners as well. So yeah, we'll do that. And of course, yeah, like I said, join the Discord and I'll keep you updated on that. So yeah, polka time now. I've waffled enough, right? Yeah, okay. I will give the people what they wish for. So big loves, stay safe, and I hope I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Scuba! Thanks, Debbie. We don't want to play that polka. That's the trash polka. The trash polka, yo. See you at ChillCon.